Alrighty, so we are live. Whew. Hello. Hello, welcome. Hello, hi. How's it going? It's my first time on YouTube. Good evening, hello there, welcome. Yeah, but I'm gonna be doing free tarot readings. So if anyone would like a reading, you may go ahead and ask and whatnot. You first. Okay. Let me just get my cards because I am not 100% ready, but just give me a minute. Hello. Alrighty. Let's get some cards out. Hello there. Just getting a couple decks out just to kind of variate. Because normally I do my lives on Instagram, but Instagram is being weird. Instagram says now that you must have 1,000 followers to go live, which is bullshit. Yeah. It's not pleasant because I would go live on Instagram all the time. Alrighty. All right, Logan. What would you like to know? Well, that's a good start. What my future is going to be. In regards to what? Just like a general? Yeah, okay. All right, well, let's see. Well, that's interesting. Well, I can see here that you got the Three of Swords. So your past has not been the greatest. I'm gonna just say it like that. And I feel like even now, you're kind of on the brink or on the edge, or you're on edge, because you also got the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which has a lot to do with painful endings or just endings, period. So I feel like you are entering a phase of, I'm hearing like new beginnings and letting go of any hurt that has been done to you in the past. And you're coming in with the Emperor, as the Emperor, should I say. And the Emperor shows up to kind of say like, hey, I'm the big boss here. Like, he's the big guy. He's like, he rules as the Emperor because he has power. And I'm not saying you have power like that. I just mean that your power is what you give and what you present as. And it seems as though you have a lot of good qualities about yourself. And you kind of just, you're kind of just done with the bullshit, okay? Like, you're just done with trying to impress anybody at this point, because it's like you're never enough. People have like these high expectations of you, and you're just kind of like, well, shit, what the fuck? Excuse me, I use a lot of foul language, so. I could just be picking up on you. So you got this Queen of Pentacles here. So you are realizing your worth here, okay? And that's just not about your worth. It's about how you come, how you walk into a room says everything, okay? And so what your future, what is entailing in your future for me here is, you know, from what I'm getting for you, is that you got to say bye to anything or anybody that is stopping you from becoming this Emperor. I mean, you already are the Emperor, but you have to kind of embrace it. So you're going to be presented with an opportunity to do so. I see that you're a gamer. Okay, so maybe something to do with gaming, or just on a social platform like YouTube, you know, streaming and making some money. Maybe that's where your magic is. So I hope that helps. It's not, kind of, I'm very straightforward. Yeah, so I hope that helps you. That's okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, no problem. Anytime. I mean, I'm gonna be doing more lives here on YouTube because Instagram is a poop. So. Okay. Do-do-do-do. Okay. Is there anybody else that would like a reading? Oh, hi, Antonia. Antonia. Oh my goodness. Hey girl, how are you? Hi, Star. Oh, yay. I was like, oh my God, I hope people seen that I'm here, I'm online. What's going on, ladies? We are live on YouTube. I know I ran a little late, so had a little emergency, but I'm here now. Heal. I thought you said I'm healing a little full. I don't know why I read healing instead of feeling. Feeling a little full. So what, did you just finish eating? Do 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 do. Ah, I see. Yummy. I like me some of that soft serve ice cream. Yeah. I don't understand why Instagram is being so like it fumbly like that. Like, I don't understand, like, you have to have 1,000 followers. Like, that's a TikTok thing. Vanilla and caramel swirl. That actually sounds really good. Now I want some ice cream. Thanks a lot. Just kidding. I will say something though, like, it's totally different from Instagram. You know how on Instagram you can put your question in the bubble, right? But here you can't really do that. You have to like make a Q&A. You know what it is? And I don't think they should have done that, because there are plenty of people just like myself who have less than 1,000 followers. And I never really had to do something like that. I mean, there was that time where if you had a new Instagram account, you could only have an hour of live, I think. But yeah. So anyway, maybe I can just add it because it says start a Q&A. No, that's not it. That's not what it is supposed to be. Anyways, would you like a reading, Antonia and Star, if you are still here? Hong Kong. Wicked. Okay, let's see. Let's shuffle first because like if anybody wants a reading, just say me. Just say me. I want one. I want one too. Oops. Well. All right, let's see. What's gonna be? What's it gonna be for Antonia? Whoa. You know, maybe when I said that you were healing, maybe that's what you're doing right now. You're actually healing. Because I'm just, you know what? Yeah, you got the Queen of Wands here. So I feel like you're definitely getting back to you. Like what drives you, your passions, creativity. I see you. I know that you love to sing. So I'm seeing a lot of singing, and I'm seeing it and feeling you singing a lot. Yeah, and like you're playing things in a very strategic way, okay? So you got the Seven of Swords. Now, I know Seven of Swords, blah, blah, blah. It's such a deception card. No, it is not. I mean, it is, but it isn't. When it comes to different individuals like yourself, Antonia, the Seven of Swords is basically you just kind of focusing on what you're trying to bring into your, like the things that are required for you to take action on. So right now you're taking action on getting rid of those people who are deceptive, who are energetically draining you, and you just had enough of that. Okay, you passed the DMV test on Friday and have court on Wednesday, almost free. Okay, so yeah, like you're getting those things out of the way, and that is really, really good. Okay, just don't forget about the things that you are passionate about. Okay, the that Queen of Wands is very profound, and if you see, she has a sunflower holding a sunflower. So sunflowers are very spiritual, okay? Like the significance of them are quite spiritual. So you're a very spiritual person. Therefore, you see the deception around you because you're a seer, you're a light worker. That's, even though you may not do that kind of light work, you know, like with tarot cards and whatever, not, you still have incredible intuition. And I feel like, you know, you're sitting on your throne, but I kind of feel like maybe sometimes you forget that your passions and what drives you is what gets you off your feet. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even if it's like in your own time, your way, however you do it, you're navigating it the best way that you can and the best way that you know how. So that Knight of Pentacles shows up because this is a journey of self. And I was just saying, like, you are healing. You're healing from a lot of, you know, different types of energies around you, the energies that have been disappointing, the energies that have been draining, energies that have been tearing you apart. Okay, so I really think that you are on a new timeline here. That's kind of like what I'm feeling, is that you're going to do things the way that you want to do, and you're going to cut that middleman out, however that is. Okay. And I think that that's what you're doing now, because you just said you passed the DMV, you have your test on Friday, and then you have court. So you're already just zooming through things, okay? So that's really good. Yeah, you got judgment here. So anybody who's done you wrong, they're gonna receive karma. But anybody who, I kind of feel like right now, because we're on the, what is today, August 11th? Isn't there supposed to be some sort of portal? Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But I just think that getting back to you is going to be significant, and you're no longer going to be accepting the bare minimum. Okay, so if someone really wants to be with you, you need to see that they really want to be with you. You're not even looking to be in a relationship with anybody right now, because the only relationship that you need to be in is with yourself. So you got to protect that. And what are you saying? Saying it's definitely a passion. I just don't as much. I was hospitalized twice for the last 2 years, including spending as much as possible. Okay, so yeah, because that's exactly what you're doing. You're putting all of this stuff behind you. All of these energies. However that resonates with you, but like, I think that this next year in 2026, things are definitely going to be very different for you. I just feel it. I feel like it's going to be like a breath of fresh air. Excuse me, a breath of fresh air. So you do things the way that you know how to do them, and take your time to do so, because when we're on this journey, we tend to feel like we need to rush, because we think that better things are on the way, which is, yes, it's true, better things are on the way, but we have to go through the obstacles in order to get to where we want to be. And that is destination. Like, it's our home, it's our destination, it's what is meant for us, our destiny, fate, however, you know what I mean? You know what? You may have suppressed your gifts, but your gifts speak loud, okay? They speak loud. And I'm only saying that because of the energy that I feel coming from you. That's why. Because most of the time, we internalize a lot of things and we don't let go. But like I said, you have such strong intuition, and you're just a well-rounded person. And you may have had a lot of things happen to you. I mean, I know for myself, I was hospitalized, I was on dialysis, I was on this and I was on that, and I was just like, girl, that creates medical trauma. So you got a lot of medical trauma behind you too. So think about it like that, because sometimes it's not just about childhood trauma, it's about every kind of trauma out there, unfortunately. But they're supposed to make us stronger. And I think that now that you're focused on healing and being about yourself, then I would definitely say that, you know, you might just flip the switch or flip the script and start reading tarot all of a sudden. Anything and everything is possible. Yep, that is so, yep, that's true. Yep, the body and mind remembers, and those those parts of yourself are never going to go away because they're a part of you. Like if your arm was detached, you would know. You would feel it. They, you know how they say like if you had an amputation or whatever and they like remove your arm or whatever part of your body, your body still feels it. It's like what's it called again? Uh it's not body dysmorphia. It's like feeling like your arm is there, but it's not there. So, Jupiter and Venus planets align today, plus Uranus. Oh, I see. I don't know what that means, but that's cool. So there's a lot going on right now energetically, I think. Oh. Anyway, so that's what I got for you, Antonia. I hope that helped. I think you're on, I think you're, hold on a second. I think you're onto something there because phantom limb, phantom something. I'm gonna Google it because I think you're right. Okay, so it says a phantom limb is the sensation that an amputated or missing limb is still attached. It is a chronic condition that is often resistant to treatment. Ah. Maybe I'm getting somewhere with that. Because if you are suppressing your gifts, then it's quite possible that your body and your mind is trying to tell your soul to wake up, like completely. So I didn't know it'd be chronic though. Oh, you're very welcome, Antonia. I don't know why my tripod is so flimsy. It's like every time I move, every time I put the cards or I'm shuffling or whatever, it just like shakes. It shakes like an earthquake. Anybody else? I know there's only 2 in here, but okay. All right, Star. I'll do a reading for you. Oh, You know what? Like, this is my first time on YouTube Live, so there'll probably be more. Until I get to 1,000 followers, I think that it's gonna be on here. Yeah, me too. I understood you. Star. Oh yeah, star. I remember, I think you had commented what cards I had used for an intuition test, and it's this deck. It's called the Wild Reflections. So just so you know, that's what it is. That's where the card came from. It's one of my fancy decks. Not that I'm hating on the original OG tarot deck. All right, let's see what's going on. What's happening in Star's world there, Spirit. Yes. Okay, so you've got the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. So I'm hearing self-integration, meaning that it's not like you need someone to keep you happy, Star, okay? It's not like you need someone to keep you happy. Like, I know the Lovers is a representation of soulmates and whatnot, but it's also a representation of our true selves, okay? And how we are divine beings. We are peacemakers. We are here to uplift humanity. We are not here to, like fight against others and stuff like that. So you are, should I say, in a phase of your spiritual life where you are recognizing that your solitude is more important than being with somebody who is just going to break your heart. Because I feel like nowadays, male or female, people are not honest anymore. People are constantly being tempted. Other social media, dating apps, whatever you there. So what is Spirit is telling me right now, because you also got the Hermit card, is that being on this journey really is all about looking within. And you are that's what you're doing. You are looking within yourself. You are self-integrating, self-persevering. Wait, persevering? No. What's that word again? You are preserving yourself, okay? So you're in this space of looking within you to see where you need to be, okay? So where you need to preservation. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Antonia. I was in my mind, I was like in Spanish, because in Spanish it would be shit, now I can't even speak in Spanish. perseverando, like, okay, so preservation. Thank you, Antonia. And okay, so there's a lot of things that are going on with you, stars. So it's not just all of that, but it also has to do with your foundation here. And I don't mean the foundation on your face. I just mean, what are you trying to accomplish? What are you trying to bring into this world? Okay, your world. What are you trying to bring into your reality? What are you trying to focus on? And as you go along, you start to understand more and more, even though sometimes you feel like you feel lost. But it's not that kind of lost. It's that kind of where you might think that this is not for you, but it is. It is for you because it's meant for you. All right. So you're moving forward when it comes to that. So you got the Six of Swords. So you're realizing that you have literally rode you have literally like sailed away from the things that were keeping you from moving forward. Okay. And you got some great cards here. Let me just see what else comes out, because I feel like there's a message other than that, what I'm giving you. Yeah, it's reciprocation. All right. It's like you're no longer going to be allowing yourself to feel used or taken advantage of by somebody who's not ready to fully commit. Okay. And that's okay. That's fine. Like I said, it's just not like you need anybody. You on your own and in solitude is more helpful to you than being in a relationship with someone who's not going to bring anything stable to the table. So you really are in fact doing a lot of healing internally. And just like Antonia, that is something that is persistent and consistent. Okay. And that is really good, because you're going through something that is going to change the way you think and the way that you see things. Okay. So I feel like whatever that may entail, just remember to focus on the positive. I know it's really hard sometimes. Trust me, I know, because I have some difficult days where weeding out the weeds. Yes, exactly. You are definitely, that is what you're doing. You're weeding things out because new things are coming in. And it's so weird, because when I was shuffling, I just looked at the bottom of the deck, right? And you got the Fool. So the Fool is all about new beginnings. It's all about taking that leap of faith. Hey, Misty. Taking that leap of faith, but not only that, it's basically like allowing yourself to feel and to heal, so that you can definitely like just wipe your slate clean and start all over again, because that's sometimes we need that. So yes, that's what I got for you, Miss Star. It Christian is in the house. I already hear you in my head, bestie. Can I get a reading? Okay, I'm gonna switch the deck up. This spiritual journey is not an easy one. This spiritual journey takes a lot of patience and faith. Yeah, I know. Bestie. This is what I saw in my mind. I was like, you're doing this. Can I get a reading? Yep, exactly. Your DM will show up and it's gonna be like, it'll blow your mind. And then all of those cards will just be even more positive because you got that Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands is really all about celebration. And yeah, a foundation. So you're building a foundation so that a man is able to bring some stability into your life. That kind of man that is heaven sent, or woman. It's just energy at the end of the day. All right, let's see. What does Christian need to know? Please. Pretty please. Indoor and outdoor plumbing. Yep. Oh my God, all my cards fell. Oh my Lord. That's never happened in a long time. You know, and I think that says a lot right there. Well, not all my cards, but for the most part. You guys can hear me okay, right? My screen is not like glitching. Is it glitching? No, I'm just kidding. That was just me being silly. Yeah, you know what? And that's a message right there, bestie, because maybe, just maybe, that conversation that I told you about yesterday on my story is gonna be one that just doesn't stop. Oh, and before I say anything, Page of Swords, look who it is. It's the blonde. He's like, hey, why'd you shuffle over me? Okay, good. Good. I'm like, do I have to be fancy now and get a microphone? Okay, so let's see, Christian. Crease John. Oh. Somebody got sticky fingers. Oh my God, he showed up again. Okay. Okay. So, we got the Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. How pretty, right? Well, it's not pretty, but I'm gonna make it light as possible, okay? Because sometimes we really need to bring the dark into the readings. No, I'm just kidding. It's not gonna be dark. No, but Eight of Cups, right, is always usually about just emotionally unavailable here, okay? So right now, you are feeling emotionally withdrawn. And the only reason you're feeling this way is because there's a lot on your mind. There's a lot that's being thrown at you. There's a lot that is being told to you. There's just so much all at once. Just and you're just like, I can't breathe, because that's exactly how you're feeling right now. You're feeling like you're obstructed, like you have an obstruction in your airways, like you can't take a breather, and that's why you're feeling so exhausted, okay? Because you are emotionally withdrawn, but that's not your fault, okay? It's the situation here. A situation is loud and clear. You're being told by, you know, your father and whatnot about all these things, and, you know, getting you back on track and whatnot. But what's really happening right now for you, and just remember that it's not just happening to you, it's happening for you, is that you are finally seeing things so much more clear than you used to, okay? And I'm not gonna air out your dirty laundry like this. I'm just saying the points. It's not that I'm saying everything, okay? And the first thing that we're gonna look at here is the things that make you feel happy. And the thing that makes you happy is giving others like advice, like being a spiritual advisor, being somebody who's connected. So you got, I know you got the Eight of Cups as your overall, but the Ten of Cups is showing up here. Now, I remember earlier you were talking to me about a dream that you had. Okay, so this card is really all about who's making you feel good. Okay, and I don't mean good like sexually, I just mean good in the sense that you feel appreciated, you feel loved, you feel like right now your inner child is basically telling you, Christian, we need to move forward. We're getting into, we're going in a different direction here, okay? And everything that you have not been able to see, that's why I'm saying like you're seeing things now. The blindfold is now off. I know she has a blindfold on, okay, obviously, but what I'm saying is like you are taking that role and taking that bow and taking everything that is in your way out of your way, okay? And you got the Magician card here. So you are, as you're going along, you are definitely calling in what you're trying to manifest, which is, you know what. I'm not going to get into it because you know what it is. But it really has a lot to do with the blonde, the Page of Swords. So that conversation is coming. Don't feel nervous. And you said he's rushing. Yeah, he is rushing, okay? He's definitely rushing. But just remember that you right now have to focus on yourself and getting you back on your feet. All right, so we got the Seven of Pentacles. So what card is not a better representation of getting back on your feet and planting those seeds and starting over? And it's a 7. And like 7 is always very, is always between you and I, like whenever we have a conversation, even when you and Gabe, sorry, you and you and your person, like me and my person, me and Carl and myself, I'm just gonna say it because it's Carl, you know, but you're planting the seeds for which you are trying to get back and trying to do it all over again. Sorry. It just slipped out. Oh my God. Now you could take that any way you want, but basically you have to start from scratch. You have to build your way back up to where you were, because you are bringing something huge into this world. And no, I don't mean a number 2, okay? Just don't worry about what I'm saying, okay? Because I feel like this guy is, he's putting things into what I'm trying to tell you. But yeah, so like I was saying, it's like you're, everything from your childhood now is catching up to you, really. And it not only that, but it is impacting you and making you really question who's around you to be around you and who's around you just to use you. And I think that you know this already. Like, I don't need to tell you. I think you know. You know, you have to be very careful with who you engage with and who you have conversations with and who you can actually trust. Now, that conversation that you had with you know who a couple of days ago, when your father asked you to do so, that ripped off the band-aid. I know you don't want to see it like that, but it ripped it off. Maybe very uncomfortable, but it did. And you know, even your grandma right now, she's chiming in and she's telling you you had to do that. And now, trust me when I say this, I have to do the same thing, because remember I told you what happened? Who got, you know, custody over you know who? And now I have to interact with her. Not something I want to be doing. But I have to put my pride aside. So that's what your grandma was saying just now. She's saying, like, Christian, you have to put your pride to the side. And you said exactly what you needed to say to that person, because you're not ready. You are emotionally withdrawn, okay? And that's not a bad thing. And I want other people to hear this too, because when we feel emotionally withdrawn, we start to isolate ourselves, and people think, oh no, they're isolating themselves. And it's just like, it's not a bad thing, because we prefer our safety and our comfort and our peace is what should matter more. It's not what matters to other people, what they hear about us or what other people are telling them or whatever the case is. Let them talk. Okay, but you did a big thing that day by talking to her, okay? And it wasn't easy. And I know you're still processing that, but I want you to know that the conversation with this blonde is definitely coming. And it's coming in right now. I mean, right now, not right now. I just mean in the physical, it's not here just yet. But spiritually, telepathically, the both of you are conversing a lot more, and that is good. You're letting that person in. You're accommodating them, even though you feel like in the physical they don't understand what's going on, but really they do understand what's going on, but their higher self is not understanding. I hope that makes sense, because I think I told you when we did that channeled reading that I did for you, the mediumship reading that came out, and it showed so much of what was actually happening and whatnot. So don't think that whatever's happening to you right now is bad, okay? And you have support. You have so much support. So don't ever feel like you're a burden to some people. You're not even a burden to me, okay? I bet you anything, you're not even a burden to the people that follow you or that you follow. But yeah, see, the devil likes to do that with us. The devil likes to challenge us and say, no, you can't have it. When, hello, we are the magicians here. We are in charge and control what we want for our reality. Like, we can't control it, obviously, but what I'm trying to say is that we speak it into existence, whereas the devil, all he says is, no, you can't. No, you can't have him. No, you can't have her. No, they're not for you. And it's just like, shut the fuck up. You don't know shit. So I don't know who just chimed in there, but I think that it's important to know that no matter what you go through, you have your ancestors cheering you on, okay? They're like, yes, Christian, you got this. Forget about the devil. The devil's just like, whatever, man. I told you can't do this. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, exactly. He is a light. That's what he does every day. He goes and he posts something on Instagram because that's just who he is. Christian, you are the star. That's who you are. You are a beacon of light to everyone. Like, seriously. You're even a beacon of light to those who prefer to stay in the dark. And you bring them in just by being yourself. And honestly, sometimes I know you get, like, it offends you at times when people say negative things about you and what you do, but they just jealous. They just jealous because they don't have the balls to do it. That's why people say things, okay? They say things like that because they don't have the balls to do so. Yeah. So you do what you do because that's what you do. That's who you are. That's your spot. That's your spotlight. And if people don't like it, boo. Of course he's cheering you on. Our specific person, you know, when it comes to my person, he's always supporting me no matter what. I could be swearing at the man and he'd be like, I love you. And I mean telepathically, okay? It's funny because most of the time, you know, I have in the past have said, you know, I'm a lot to deal with. I'm a lot to handle, okay? Because and I feel like that sometimes with you, Christian, you feel the same way. You are not a lot to handle. It's just that people don't know how to handle you, okay? And that's exactly what happens in the spiritual community too, is that people think that they're better than you, oh, because they have more than 1,000 followers. But are you authentic? I'm just saying, you could have 10,000 followers and be the most non-authentic person ever. So trust me when I say, look at this, the lovers at the bottom of the deck, is there will come a time where people will always reveal themselves. Always, no matter what. What? Ha! You got the world. It's your world. You lay in it. You got love. Love, 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 love. Y'all, this is so different from Instagram. Like it doesn't tell me who's coming on. It doesn't show me who's in the room. It doesn't say nothing. You're welcome, bestie. Well, yeah, that's true. See, if you comment, I know that you guys are here, but I'm just saying. I hear ya. I hear you loud, sis. Yes. Yes. Well, I think my goal is to get to 1,000 followers, but do lives here because this is just, I get it's okay now, but oh, thank you, Antonia. I'm just saying it's just different. The vibe, it's the same, but I think it's because this is my first time. I'm like a virgin. Anyway. Like a virgin on a live on YouTube for the very first time. Stop. Stop it. So who else is in here? Besides Antonia, Star, and Christian. If you have a question, you may ask. Would you like a reading? Yes. Oh my God, if it was 2,000, I'd probably like get rid of Instagram. No, it's 1,000 apparently, because the last week when I was supposed to go live, it said you must have 1,000 followers on Instagram to go live. And I was just like, what the fuck? I thought that I was really fucked up. Like, that just screws everybody up who's under 1,000. But you know what? I think it's a good thing. Because that just means that I need to hustle. I need to hustle, guys. And I'm trying. Like, I'm trying to put things out there and whatnot, but you know, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, if I'm doing something right, if I'm doing something wrong. It's difficult to get views, because I don't know if it's not the right hashtags, or maybe the hashtags are not more than 1 million. Like, you know what I mean? It's weird. Because I thought TikTok was the one that you only needed, like you need 1,000 followers to go live. So I don't know what's up with that. Like, is Instagram trying to be like TikTok? Yeah, whoops. I don't know. Yeah, see, it says you need, apparently now it's 200 followers on TikTok instead of 1,000. So I don't know. Oh, never mind. You have to have 1,000. So what the does that mean that YouTube is next with 1,000 followers? Because that's fucked up. I don't know. But you know what? Instagram is glitchy too, though. I'm not really feeling that here. I don't know. Because my plan is, hi Janice, hola. um, my plan is to kind of like share everywhere and see what I get and see where do I get the most. But I think Instagram is kind of weird for doing that. I don't know why they did that. I think they should have just left it alone. But that's just my opinion. ¿Cómo estás, Janice? So from now on, all of my lives are gonna be here. Qué bueno escuchar. Yo, muy bien. Gracias. Would you like a reading? Now I can't accept questions anymore. I would probably have to like ask people what their questions are really. Bum, 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 bum. Do, 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 do. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind. I can find out. There's no problem. It's no problem. I'm pretty sure they have a lot to say. A lot to relay. They got a lot to relay. Okay, but I'm gonna do a reading for Janice first, Christian, and then I'll do what you're asking in terms of your person. Yes, I'm sweating. Frig, man. It's humid out there. All right, so Janice. Well, I mean, I'm not a vampire or anything, so I can pick up things energetically. Ooh, I got a lot of pentacles here. Oh, well, we got some stuff. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, Janice. Okay, so you got the Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like you're doing some much needed, soul work. I'm just gonna say it like that. You are definitely taking care of yourself spiritually, physically, and just the spiritual part is really popping out here. I was just saying earlier that sunflowers are associated with spirituality. Like they are often a symbol of spiritualism. So it just goes to show that right now what you're trying to cultivate is a healthy and healing spiritual work. Okay. And that does not mean that it's physical work, it's just spiritual work. It's just what you're working on within yourself that is needing to be made more practical and logical rather than looking at the actual meaning of the guidance that you're receiving, like the cards and whatnot. I just think that you are on another level right now when it comes to finding a balance between your physical and your spiritual. Okay, so you got the Two of Pentacles, which is balance, right? So we're constantly juggling things because that's just how it is. Now, if you notice, she's on this bike, but she's not grabbing the wheels. I mean, she's not grabbing the handles. She's just like, in her mind, whatever she's doing is creating a balance so she's able to ride a bicycle without hands. Okay. And that is difficult to do unless, of course, you've mastered that. And that's something else that's sticking out is the mastering of balance, because balance will always come into play no matter what. Whatever you receive, you get. I mean, whatever you receive, you put out. Whatever you put out, you receive. Yeah. So you are definitely learning to really not be so like you're not in a rush, okay? Because you got the Knight of Swords as your overall, so you're not rushing this process here, because this is a process that is a lifetime. It's a lifetime process here, because when we are in a spiritual journey, I mean, we are in our spiritual journey since the day we were born, okay? And I'm not saying that when we're babies, like we're psychic or whatever, because we can't even talk. We can't even like wipe our own butts and stuff, okay? So basically, it's kind of like riding a bicycle and learning to, go from riding a bicycle to riding a motorcycle. There's a difference. You see, he has to have his hands on the handles. But she's all like la di da di da, not having no hands on the handles or whatever, whatnot. And you also got the Ace of Cups. So, I see your writing here, your comments, and your trust. Trust is one of those things, but so is faith. And to have faith and trusting is very important, because that is the balance. It's the trust. It's knowing that you have something to fall back on. But this Ace of Cups, I feel like it really has to do with your own personal beginning with loving who you are and embracing who you are, and seeing that you are as rare as a pearl. Because yeah, okay, pearls, people, they make money with pearls nowadays, and it's like a huge thing and whatnot, but you take the essence of it, and you're just left with an empty shell. But that's not what you do. You have and you treasure that pearl, because you are that pearl, and that shell is what protects you from those who are trying to grab at it, okay? To grab at your essence. Your essence is your energy. Your energy is who you are. You are a frequency. You're not just a person. You are a frequency. You are energy. You are light. And once we start to see that we embrace ourselves, and we also embrace the journey. Because if we don't embrace it, then we're constantly going to be falling apart, falling at our feet, and just not really doing what we're supposed to be doing. If you really are wanting to step into something more of what your spiritual journey consists of, then always have to look within yourself. Always, no matter what. Even if you can't find the answers within yourself, then that's when you go to external sources. Okay? And to go to external sources means that you are giving a portion of your energy so that they can help you to see where you're headed and where you're going and what you're doing and what you really want to do. So I feel like that for you, you're completely self-indulged into learning and being where you need to be. And that's not a bad thing. It's not like you're being selfish. It's more or less you are just trying to protect what is yours. And that is so much better than just giving it away. You know what I mean? And like people coming in and trying to take your power, take your essence, and trying to use it for their own benefit. So that's not what you're doing now. In fact, you're being more protective of your energy. So like at the end of the day, it's a good idea to always call back your energy, because like I said, I was just saying, there are people out there who just want to take it from you. And that's not what you are trying to do. You're not trying to cultivate that at all. You're trying to cultivate a sense of peace and a sense of what you're trying to bring into this world for you. So I hope that kind of helps. You're welcome. Thank you for joining the live. I appreciate all of you being here. I really do. Okay. Christian. Oh, Christian. Are you there? I don't know if he's still here. Oh, there you are. I was like, did he go away? All right, so what does Christian's person want to relay? What would they want to relay? I see you. I see you. All I hear is bro. Bro. Maybe it wasn't you that said I'm here. Maybe it was him. Oh, snap. Yep. Okay, so let's see. So 3 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Basically, yeah, he's basically saying, you know, I know things were left kind of rough the last time we had a conversation, but I'll be coming around. Just wait for me. Yeah. So really emphasizing on that waiting for me, because this has been a waiting game. It's not just been a waiting game, it's been like an alarming wake up call. All right. So this is, I guess, probably what he's going through right now is this kind of energy, this 9 of Swords, where it's like he's having a lot of dreams about you, a lot of dreams about what happened that day, a year ago. Things are a lot different from how they were a year ago. Something about the way that he looks at you. Because you also got the Knight of Cups, and you see the look in his eyes. I think this is how he sees you. That Knight of Cups, it just, yeah, like it's the way that the eyes are. If you can see, I'm gonna put that really close. It's the eyes, really. And I think that in his eyes, you're perfect the way you are. You don't need to change nothing about yourself. He was the one who approached you. Remember that, okay? And the rest of the cards here are actually quite very impacting on my end. So you got the Fool. So right now, you know, he's going out on a limb. You know, and I think he's trying to be cunning and swift when he tries to come in, okay? So he's gonna be all like, hey bro, what's going on, bro? You wanna hang out? You know, like that kind of energy. But you guys are definitely heading into something very beautiful, okay? You got the Four of Wands, so this is all about home, celebrations, a foundation, stability, all those other things, okay? Like all those things that make up yeah, foundation. But he really wants you to know is that you have been strong for so long that you're just kind of like, I don't know what to do anymore. But he wants you to kind of like follow your heart, follow your dreams, and follow your what you want, okay? Because at the end of the day, when the both of you finally reunite, it's all gonna come together, okay? Everything right now is what it feels like is falling apart on both ends. But what it is really is doing is bringing the both of you closer, energetically, physically, emotionally. That is what's going to happen, okay? And now it's 11:14, which is 7. So this is really good, okay? So I mean, I kind of feel like the things that he wants to say to you are kind of repetitive, only because I think that in his mind he is going over what had happened. So he's kind of like repeating it in his mind, and he's feeling very very bad, okay? So he's feeling quite he's afflicted, I'm hearing. He's feeling quite afflicted for how he treated you, and like he really needs to forgive himself for that, because at this something about the divine masculine, and I'm talking about the collective in general, is that they are learning to forgive themselves for their actions before the separation. Okay, just remember that separation is always needed. If you have a soulmate, twin flame, divine counterpart, however you want to see it, however you want to feel, however it resonates. So, you know, everyone's got to say something about this freaking twin flame thing. So I'm just going to say it the way it is. It's not just about twin flames. It is about self. Okay? And if you notice that when it comes to the major arcana in tarot, they're all by themselves, except for the Fool and the Strength card, because they always have an animal with them. Now, animals, obviously, all animals have a spiritual totem meaning, okay? So here with the lion, that's the strength card. Obviously, you know that you have a Leo, you're a Leo rising, is that right? So he sees that in you. And like you bring him to another level. You are able to like you're able to console him when he needs it. So so yeah, like that's what I'm saying is this, for the most part, this is all about self. And I think I've been saying it over and over and over again. I think that maybe that's something that I have to post. But it's something about the way he looks at you and the way that you look at him. There is a mutual understanding. There are no games. There's always honesty. And I believe he's always been very straightforward with you. So you tame him because he is, well, he's an Aries. Okay. So Aries, we know, is a fire sign. And your Leo rising, again, is a fire sign. So obviously there's going to be some, you know, headbutting when it should be something else, butting. But yeah, yeah, so when he approaches you, it's gonna seem like he's all like, hey, what's up, bro? You know what I mean? What's up? The gangster in him is gonna wake up and he's gonna be coming back around. What up, bro? We're gonna have a conversation now? Yes, we are. I have the bandwidth. You'll be like, bro, man, you really fucked me up when you said that. But all in all, I mean, forgiveness is one of those things that no matter what happens, you either forgive yourself or you don't. Either way, if you forgive somebody and they don't forgive themselves for what they've done, don't even worry about them, because they have to deal with their own, they have to deal with their own issues. I'm not talking about your person, I'm just talking about in general. Okay, so it is what it is. Yeah, see, 3 of Swords, whoop, and the 8 of Pentacles. So this is definitely going to be a conversation about growing together after being separated. And the past conversation should not end very well. So that's what he wants to tell you. That's what he wants to relate to you, bestie. I can't believe I've almost been live for like 2 hours. You're welcome, bro. Bro. He's all like, I got you. I got you. Yeah, see? He's like, I have a map. I have a map. And you're my destination. Oop, oop. Now he's trying to be funny. He's all like, you're my destination. Click. I mean, I have my other cards, you know, where it actually tells you what they want to say. So if you want me to do that, I can use those. Let's see. I got them all wrapped up. I was thinking of using these on Instagram too. So it's this one. This is a huge deck that I made a long time ago. It's called the Sacred Love Oracle Messages. So let me see. Well, I shouldn't say I made them. I had some help. Big time. All right, let's just see. I can check. Let me just get some cards for Christian first. Okay, so the first says, you are my sacred feminine masculine. Okay, so yeah, they definitely see you as their counterpart, Christian. And whoops. Oh, prepare for cuddling. So he wants to cuddle. I have learned a lot of spiritual lessons. I know it's backwards, but I'm reading it out, so. Moments pass by slowly when I am thinking of you. I know, right? Aw, the cuddling. You are my sweet fantasy. I guess that's Mariah Carey's. I always think of that song. Aww. I never experienced unconditional love. So yeah, you see, when it comes to that you can see right there that they didn't know what was happening that day. They were just kind of like, what the fuck, you know. And every attempt that you made, bestie, it just kind of rocked them to that point where that's why you had that last conversation with them, and it was just like, what the fuck. So let's see what else comes out. We were made for one another. You know the song by Moni Long? Made for me, and it goes, twin, where have you been? Nobody knows me like you do. Nobody gonna love me quite like you. And then it says, thank you for being patient with me. So there's that. Yeah. I was actually listening to that song earlier today, so. Ooh, this one says, I remember our conversations. So they're always thinking of that conversation, but the other conversations that you guys have had in the past, definitely going through his mind. Probably why that Page of Swords seems to be coming out a lot, because there are things that he wants to say to you that have remained unsaid. And probably things that I have channeled to you from him, you know, from them, is always him feeling like, you know, he screwed up, you know what I mean? And this one says, we are going through many transitions together. So of course, when it comes to your special person, your person, you and them are always going to mirror each other. Therefore, you're going to go through transitions together. And that's when you know that the both of you are aligned and ready to get back into union with each other. So I'm going to get one more card, because this deck is, there's a lot of cards. I mean, like, it's pretty thick. Oh, I only have eyes for you. See what I was saying about the eyes? Something's in your eyes there, bestie. He sees something there that no one has seen ever. Thick. Oh, and the very last one at the bottom of the deck is, I am sorry for all the pain I caused you. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that. All right, now to Star. What does your person want to say to you? Well, you know, they say the eyes are the windows to your soul, right? So he sees you in a way that not even I can see you, okay? Because I'm not your person. But I'm just saying, okay? I know I'm being a smartass right now, but I just think that he really wants to really emphasize on your eyes. There's something about your eyes. And I think that's the same thing with you. There's something about his eyes that kind of like, you know, call you in. But remember that he also has to forgive himself for putting you through that. And it's not like it was on purpose, okay? And I was just telepathically talking to Carl earlier, and he was like, I had to forgive myself for what I put you through, okay? And that right there shows that the divine masculine, and like I said, collectively, the divine masculine is finally accepting that they screwed up. And it's not like it's a bad screw up, because everybody makes mistakes, okay? There's nobody in this world that is perfect. And if they say they're perfect, trust me, they are not, okay? And the divine feminine is sitting in her essence, patiently waiting for her masculine. All right, Star, so you are next. Okay, so what does Star's DM would like to tell her? Okay, that flipped, but it didn't show me the card. Oh well, keep going. It says, now that I have found you, I am not letting you go. So what has been found shall never be let go of. You're gonna have them cross-eyed there, Star. You make me burn with a desire. So that's interesting. You make me so incredibly happy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Finding the right words. Now, even if none of the cards resonate, that's fine. Don't make them fit. It's like, this is not Cinderella. There's something about you, and I can't seem to resist you. There's something about Star. Cannot be resisted. And another thank you for being patient with me. We got another one of those. Holy guacamole. There is something missing in my life, and that is you. Wow. For a second, I thought maybe you were going to say holy cannolis, but I don't know. It says, I love that you are so carefree. Let's see. Can I have a couple more cards, please? Pretty please. Reflecting on how we met and the moments we had together. No, I know. But you know what? This could also be, even if you guys haven't met yet, it's probably just things that he is thinking of. Because what happens with, you know, like soulmates and whatnot is that you might not know and you might not meet them right away, but when you do, then those things start to become very profound. Like, even if you're not resonating with the cards, it's okay. But at one point, you're gonna be like, well, oh, that's what she meant. Now I'm getting that song, I Haven't Met You Yet by Michael Bublé. Yeah, that song by Michael Bublé. I haven't met you yet. So maybe in his mind, he already knows he's going to meet you. And when he does, he could very well, doesn't have to say what I'm saying here with my cards, but he probably, once he does meet you, he'll probably have lots of thoughts. And these are just random thoughts, okay? Like, they're just channeled messages or whatever. So it doesn't mean that you got to take it completely to heart or take it personal, or even if it doesn't resonate or whatnot, it's okay. And the last card says, my life is peaceful because of you. So when you and him actually do meet, it's going to be something that the both of you are going to feel rather immensely, rather fast. And I'm only telling you this because with my masculine, I didn't know that I was going to fall in love with him and he was going to fall in love with me when I was on dialysis. Okay, so it was completely, I don't even know. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know that whatever. And then I found out that he had dated one of my friends. So it's a small world. When it comes to meeting your person, it's always going to be somebody that you're not thinking of, but that person is also thinking the exact same thing. They're like, oh, well, maybe she's my soulmate, or maybe he's my soulmate. No, you will know. Trust me, because when I first saw him, I got really hot. Hot. That's how something, I knew something was wrong. Like, not wrong. I just meant to say, how do I say this? That's how I knew something was up, because it doesn't matter. It didn't matter. And here I thought it was because of my dialysis machine, or because I was having a high blood pressure. But no, every single time he came around, I would get like burning up. Like I would feel like I'm engulfed in flames. Okay. So that's what you might feel, or you might feel something completely different, but you will feel so familiar. The energy will feel familiar. It'll feel like home, it'll feel safe and intriguing. Okay. So, yeah. And I was surprised because that's when I started like looking at the metaphysical, you know, divination, tarot, all those other things. Like I would watch YouTube videos, like, you know, the zodiac signs and their counterparts or whatever that it is, basically. So it he woke me up, okay, because I had no idea, but like I always knew I was different. But the thing, the catch is this: when you're finally awakened, either by your divine masculine or divine feminine, whatever, however it happens, you'll start to see things a lot differently. And you'll start to lose a lot of people. A lot of people are going to suddenly disappear from your life. And you're just going to be like, what the fuck? Where did she go? What did I do to her? What did I do to him? Did I say something wrong? No, you didn't do nothing wrong. It's just the way the energy works. That's how it is. You can't really prevent it from happening. It just happens. So that's that. But like there's no contact between me and him. It's just telepathic. And at first, like when you hear telepathy, it's like, oh, you're just talking to yourself. No, you're not actually just talking to yourself. He will, absolutely. Because it's probable that he also has issues with his medical. I'm just telling you. Not that I'm saying that my masculine has issues, but I'm just saying that if he understands it, then you know that he's the one for you. Because and I'm pretty sure you've had experiences in the past, men not understanding, and they're just like crossing boundaries and stuff like that. And it's just like, you can't do that. See, the difference is that I was on dialysis and he was a dialysis technician. So he would take care of the machines. Okay. So that's something. So I just to put it out there, like, you're not going to expect it when it comes around. Like when your masculine arrives, you're just going to be like, huh? What? It's all a matter of trust. And I'm getting back to the telepathy. Telepathy, every psychic or every person that does tarot or is intuitive or whatever the heck, they have telepathy because they have the ability to connect to source. And the meaning source, it just means to other external energies that are along the same wavelength, okay? Yes, exactly, a surprise. Surprises are nice. But yeah. Anyway, I've talked a lot about my masculine. I hope that's okay. I think, you know, because there's some people that don't know how it is and whatnot, but that's just my own experience. I mean, your own experience, it just could be tailored to you. Oh, yes. So you have telepathy with him, but there is no physical contact. You don't know who he is or what he looks like, but I bet you anything he is a reflection of you. Because like I just said, everybody that has a soulmate, whatever, it's all a mirror. Maybe the qualities are not there, but there's similarities. So anyways, I'm gonna hop off because there's really nobody wanting any more readings, and you know, I've been up quite early, even though I slept, but I'm still tired, and I will be getting back to everybody who left their story reply. Oh, I am so very much too. Because he's always with me, always, no matter what. Yep. But, so yeah. I'm planning to do this at least twice a week, perhaps. Maybe Mondays and Fridays, not sure. But hopefully I can get some more people, but whatnot. But I'm gonna be posting more stuff on Instagram and whatnot, so I appreciate everybody who showed up. And I guess it gets automatically posted into my my YouTube, so you guys can rewatch it if you want. And I send you all good vibes, and hope that you guys have yourselves a lovely Tuesday tomorrow. All right, we'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye.